Well, nothing to separate Crystal Palace and Newcastle in the first half at Selhurst Park. But if we take a look at the stats at half-time, Tim, it's the possession that stands out to you, isn't it?
It stands out because I want to point out that Crystal Palace, 58% is their highest of the season. And 42% for Newcastle is their third highest of the season. We're talking about two teams who are used to playing without the football and catching the opposition on a counter-attack. Now, to change your philosophy, and I believe both of them are trying to change. They're trying to take the ball tonight and trying to take the game to each other. It's very difficult overnight to change it. They need to work on that, and it obviously needs a little bit more work.
Both teams coming into this game had the lowest possession in the Premier League this season, so maybe we shouldn't be too surprised at what we've seen. But the reason it is 0-0, Rachel, for you is largely down to Carl Darlow.
Yeah, I mean, Gaeta's probably made the most saves, but the actual tough saves that have been made by Darlow, as he's done all season. This one from Eze, ball comes in, little touch, but it's a positioning for Darlow that makes that a relatively easy save. He's off his line, 4 or 5 yards off, makes the goal look small, means that he can deal with the pace of the ball. He's in line, middle of the goal, and the ball, he's on that line there. He's up the line, 4 or 5 yards out. As the ball is struck with venom, with power, he can deal with it really simply. If he'd have been deeper there, it would have caused him more problems. But he gets on the outside of the line of this near post here. So any deflections he's going to make, powerful shot, he's going to deflect it wide and over the byline.
We did talk before the game about whether the Newcastle were going to be a little bit more attacking. Steve Bruce was actually asked about it in his pre-match interview. Yeah. Have you seen glimpses of that in that first half?
Yeah, I think they have been. I think they're trying to throw bodies forward, and perhaps then they will find themselves ahead. But Steve Bruce would be happy the way they've played. It's not been spectacular. Of course it's not, from either side. But I feel like Palace look the more potent going forward, but Newcastle had the better chances.
What are we going to see differently in this second half, if anything, Rachel?
I don't think much. I think the positive intentions that both managers have shown, the willingness to play the game further up the pitch than I think the fans will have seen them all season, has been something that fans will be looking at and thinking, right, OK, at least we're having a go, and they can't really complain about that. I think it's down to, as Tim mentioned, you can't just switch overnight. They look rusty in their attacks. They're not synchronised. They're not flowing. Those finishes, the opportunities from Joel Linton, they're just not quite crisp. So I think more of the same second half, absolutely, from both managers. We didn't think there was going to be too much between them, but I think the intention and the way that they're playing is probably the most exciting thing that a lot of fans will have seen all season.
Well, you did predict there wasn't going to be too many goals in this one. I think, Tim, you were a little bit more optimistic. We'll find out very shortly if we're going to see any goals in this second half. Goalless at the break, but Newcastle have scored a league-high 80% of their Premier League goals in the second half. So maybe we could see the breakthrough shortly.